Hi, well, we are here at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, Berkshire Dining Commons, and we're talking flour. Now, it's very important when you're making baked products that you select the right kind of flour to do the right kind of job. In front of me, I've got a selection of different types, and let's just go through them quickly. We've got 100% whole wheat flour on the end here. It's good for making things like breads, bread doughs, things like that. Next to that, we've got what they call a high gluten flour, sometimes known as a strong flour. This is excellent for making bagels and pizza and certain types of very chewy breads. Next to that, right here, we have a bread flour. And bread flour, by its very nature, is good for making bread. Next to that, we have a pastry flour, good for making things like pie dough and tart dough and certain types of cookies. Next to that, we've got a cake flour. Again, self-explanatory, it's very good for making cakes. And then next to that, we have a rye flour. Now, the difference really between all these types of flours is the amount of gluten protein they contain. High gluten flour contains about 13% gluten, and that's why it's good for making things like bagels and breads, because they're very chewy, and gluten makes things very chewy. All the way to the other end, where you have a cake flour, which has a very low protein content, probably about 4 or 5%. Good for making delicate things that fall apart in the mouth very easily, like cakes and certain types of cookies. Rye flour doesn't contain any gluten at all, which is why breads made with an all rye flour tend to be very dense and very heavy, kind of like a brick. Usually rye breads are made with a blend of rye flour and bread flour so that they are able to trap some air and give them some sort of chewiness without them being too heavy and too dense. So, next time you're in your supermarket and you're looking for a different type of flour, just make sure that you select the right one for the right kind of job. Till next time, I'm Simon Stevenson.